Arranging money for your training can be a real difficult task, especially if you're going for a training which requires a huge amount of money. So in this video, I'll be sharing some useful ways that can help you narrowing down the sources of your money arrangement and help you decide better. So without further delay, let's start the video. Hello everyone, my name is Pprayas and welcome to my channel. I've been getting a couple of questions about how to arrange money for the training. There are many ways to arrange money for those who come from upper class or wealthy background, and they may not find it that difficult. But for the people who come from middle class background, tend to become little considerate about spending such a big amount of money in one go, as it can add a huge burden on their finances, so it becomes more challenging for them. But nevertheless, where there is a will, there is definitely a way. Since I too come from a middle class family and not a wealthy background, but I'm blessed to have such a family who supported me tremendously and who wished for me to become a pilot as much as I did. If I've studied day and night, they too have struggled a lot for arranging funds. So today I'm going to share a few tips that can be useful for you and help you arrange your funds. First one, and the most hassle-free, is education loan. Why I call it hassle-free? Because it involves less running behind the bank or buttering them for loans, provided you have clear A to Z property papers. Education loan is one of the best options that you can opt for. For this, you need a collateral. It can be anything like a piece of land, house, or any commercial or residential property. The major benefit of this is you don't have to instantly start paying the EMIs, and you also get a minimum of 6 months of moratorium period after you finish your training. For this, you only have to pay basic interest for the amount taken. After the end of moratorium period, your EMI will start. As many of you must be knowing this, but for those who don't know, I would like to explain. When you apply for education loan, the amount is directly transferred from bank to the flying school, and the bank does not give that money in your hand. Second one to discuss is personal loan. This loan also needs a collateral. The main difference between personal loan and education loan is its interest rate and EMI. In personal loan, your interest rate is few percent higher and your EMI starts right away. So if you have preparation for paying the EMIs, then you can go for this option. Unlike education loan, where the amount is directly transferred from bank to the flying school, here in personal loan, you receive that amount from bank and you are responsible to pay the fees to the flying school. Along with this, you also have to manage the EMIs. My personal recommendation will be to go for education loan and keep personal loan as a last option. Third way is utilizing your savings. Savings can be very useful to lessen the burden of paying a large amount in one go. If you're young enough and just starting with your career, or if you're in 10th or below and aspire to become a pilot, then you have enough time to plan in advance and start saving from now, so that eventually you will need to take loan for smaller amount, which in turn will save those extra interest amount that you would end up paying to the bank. There are various ways that you can use to make savings. For example, you can create FDs. If you're salaried, go for RD, invest in gold, shares, bonds, etc. You can also buy a plot or any property as an investment so that you can sell it off when you need it during your training. Fourth and the last one is borrowing. Yes, borrowing can be a great help when in need, since money taken from family or relatives doesn't have extra rate of interest on it. And in addition to this, there are no stringent installments like banks. Also, you don't need to go through the hassle of banking process. And why not to consider this option? Because after all, it is your family who you look up to and rely upon when you need help. Now, as we have come to the end of this video, my personal advice would be to make your savings first. Plan a lot in advance so that you can make investments accordingly. Try to keep bank loans or personal loans as a last resort, since the training involves a large amount of money and it may not be possible on your savings and investments alone. So taking a loan becomes necessity. Try to take loan on minimal amount possible. Plan things well and stick to your plan even if it is taking longer. But you must remain focused and patient for it to work the way you have planned. One more thing that I cannot stress enough about is you must finish your DEC exams and clear the medicals before you invest such a huge amount. With this, we end our today's video here. I hope I have been helpful. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have any kind of doubts or questions, feel free to mention those in comment box below and I'll surely try to answer them. Hope to see you all in the next video. Till then, take care and be safe.